Hello and welcome to Rolling with Reviews. I'm Will, and with me as always is the vegetarian vixen herself,
Sarah.
And today we're doing a review of Point Salad. Sarah, tell us a bit about this game.
All right, Point Salad is a fast card drafting game where the cards have veggies on one side and scoring methods on the other side. The goal is to make your salad worth the most points. So, Will, why did we get this?
Well, we're very much fans of anything put out by Flat Out Games, so we like to check out all their things. They always have very, very solid gameplay mechanics. And this one especially was interesting because of the punny nature of it.
Yeah.
It actually works very well thematically.
And that caught us. It's like, Point Salad, well, yeah, duh, we've got to try this. And we enjoy drafting games, so yeah, it was just all around a good try.
Should we explain what a point salad is for those who may not know?
Sure, I'm never good at explaining Point Salad. Go for it.
Okay, so in the board gaming world, when someone says a game is a point salad, it essentially refers to a game in which you pretty much do anything and get points for it. So when you're done with the game, it's like points from here, points from here, points from here, and it all comes together in this giant mixed up bowl of points, kind of like a salad.
Right.
So that's a point salad.
That is the better than I would have explained it. So yes. Okay, so let's actually talk about what we like about the game. So open drafting, this works really, really well for us. Mostly because closed drafting doesn't work for us. There's a lot of games we probably would play, but having to keep all those cards secret and constantly changing through our cards, it's too much for Will's vision. So when we see a game that's open drafting, we try it, and this one works really well.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that it has that sweet spot amount of choice. Because some can give you too little and it doesn't feel like a real choice.
Right.
It's like, well, I'm just taking the best of what's out there, and it's kind of like not great options.
Yeah.
And then others have just way too many, and I feel like, oh, I don't know. What am I doing here?
Right.
This is 6 veggies out and 3 gold cards most of the time.
I think so.
And you choose either 1 gold card or 2 veggies. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and based on what you have in front of you is going to influence what your decisions are. Very, very nice play area.
Agreed. And like we said, that punny theme of it's a point salad, and it's a salad where you earn points with everything. So it's fantastic. I can't express just how much I just love that combination. I mean, it's brilliant. It's simply brilliant.
Yeah, personally, I love the aesthetic of the game as well. Everything is very bold and easy to see, so it pops on a table no matter what type of table you're playing on. It feels like you're walking through a garden and ready to mix up your big bowl of salad.
Yep. And the other interesting thing is it's very tactical at 2. It's very chaotic at 6. And it plays well at all player counts, assuming you like the experience given to you. At 2 players, it is tactical. If you don't like tactical, you're not going to enjoy it as much. It's chaotic at 6, and if you don't like that, that's not what you're not going to enjoy that.
Right.
But if you're good with that experience, every player count in between, it just works really well.
Yes.
Let's talk about what we don't like. We have to address it. The setup can be annoying. It is the biggest complaint I hear from anybody on why not to play the game. But the thing is, you need to do it to get the great experience. Like we alluded to, you have to prep your salad to have a good salad. You're not just going to throw all the leaves full leaves, into a bowl and eat it that way.
And salads need to be layered in a certain way.
Right.
But part of the preparation allows for randomization to happen. So it makes it so that each game does feel different. We try to help it out, but even at the end of the night when we're done playing the game, what Sarah ends up doing is she takes and she then separates all the veggies out in front of her to make it just a little bit easier to set up for the next game.
Right, since we don't know exactly Nowadays, we know it's mostly just going to be us. But back in the past, before the pandemic, we didn't know who was going to come over next. Were we going to play it 2-player? We're going to play it 4-player. So the best way to leave it in the box was separated by veggie type. So next time you go, you're like, okay, we got 4 players. We need X number of each veggie. Okay, start counting them out. So that makes it easier. Now, nowadays, we probably would leave it set up in the box for 3 decks to play 3 rounds for a 2-player game.
Although we'd still probably want to separate and shuffle them up so
Right,
that we're not
true.
playing the same game 3 times
That's
every
true.
time.
So, yeah.
So yeah, there was a little bit of setup at the end. There's a little setup at the beginning.
Yes.
And it does come down to, it may be the whole reason why you'd say, no, let's try something else.
Right. And then, as I mentioned, it's really chaotic at 6. You cannot plan. You can just kind of hope and wing it and, see how it goes. But it is a lot of social fun. So again, it's the, do you like that experience? And if you don't, then just don't play it at 6 players. But if you do, then there you go. So it's just that someone can get really lucky at the 6-player count that just like, oh, they've got these scoring metrics and they just happen to get the right vegetables. And you on the very last turn get the one that just gives you all the negative points because you were trying to avoid that one onion and you got stuck with an onion.
Yeah. Now the plus side with a 6-player game is I believe that's where the least amount of setup is.
Right.
It's
been a
up all the
while, but
cards.
I'm pretty sure you use all the cards. So
Yeah.
that does make it the easiest and least amount of setup.
Right.
All right, let's go through our rating.
So for our ratings, we each have 1d6 worth of ratings to give. 1 is low, 6 is high. We give our number, our reason why, and add them up together to see what it rolled for us. Sarah, what did Point Salad roll for you?
It rolls a 5 for me. This is a great, fast, thinky, but still relatively light game. And this is just the kind of game I'm almost always up for. And there's times I'm going to want to play it at 2 because I really want that tactical bit. And then there's times, okay, I'm probably still not really want to play at 6. But 4, I really like it at 4 players. It has that nice, chaotic bit, but it's not too overwhelming. So, yeah, it's just one of those games that I'm probably always going to want to play most of the time. And if someone suggests it, I probably want to play. So, yeah.
For me, it's also a 5. Yeah, the only thing that actually keeps it from being a 6 is the prep.
Yeah.
Otherwise, once it gets to the table, I'm having a blast with it. And it's especially nice at 2 players because once you're done with the setup, it's kind of like you're playing 3 games.
Yeah.
Back to back to back.
It's very enjoyable.
Yeah, and then you add it all up to get your final scores. So you do get a lot of game out of it, even at a 2-player count, even with the prep setup. But yeah, I can't ignore the fact that prep is going to be a major issue for players who are looking for an experience that's normally fast.
Right, because it is a fast-playing game, but when you add in that setup, it does drag a bit. I mean, it's not the worst setup in the world, but for the weight of the game, for the length of the game, comparatively, it does feel like a bit of work.
So 10 out of 12 is still a spectacular
Yes.
score for this fancy little salad. And that will do it for us for Rolling With Reviews. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with 2, that's TWO. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
And remember to eat your greens, because we've been... Why does that even make any sense? That doesn't make any sense. But we have been Rolling with Reviews.